All right, y'all. It's day 12 of the 12 days of Christmas. Woo. You did it. You made it. Give yourself a round of applause. Even if this is your first video, I don't care. Give yourself a round.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. All right. For the last 11 days, we've been encouraging you to give thought to the question, if my life were different, more fulfilling, 1 year from now, what would it look like? What would be different?
We've really been encouraging you to figure out what your values are, to think about what is important to you so that you can make choices and decisions that really feel good to you, that are aligned, that give you strategies, right, for moving forward towards that different, more fulfilling life, whatever that is for you. So what now? What do you do with that? Based on the insights that you have gained thus far, it may be helpful to take some time to think about, what do I want more of in my life? Based on all of this information, what is standing out to me? What do I want to feel in my day-to-day life that maybe I'm not feeling now, or maybe I'm feeling it a little bit, would like to feel more, maybe I need to lean in. What? And what needs to be different? What do I need to change in order to have more of what it is that I want and to feel the things that I want to feel? What do I need to do to make that happen?
Okay, so use those responses to those questions to create a life that you love.
Yes.
I know it almost sounds too simple.
Yeah.
But this is how you make the change. Reflection, answering those questions and having those answers, that's great. But action is what's really going to make change happen for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this might feel like, oh, well, this is perfect stuff to go on my vision board.
Put it there.
That is great. We are not discouraging you from vision boarding. If you've been around for a while, you know that we've done several vision board parties in the past. But we think that vision boards are really good for inspiration.
Yes, they motivate you. They keep the vision alive, right? You have something to look at to remind you of what it is you're headed towards.
But the piece that they miss is to help you with the implementation. So we want to give you a couple of resources to help with that. Both of these are linked in the description below. The first is an article on goal mapping by
Elaine Thompson,
where she lays out literally how to go from the goal to actionable items. And in her article, she also talks a little bit about how this is sort of like the next evolution from vision boarding.
Mm-hmm.
The second resource we have for you is from the one and only Libria Jones, who is a project manager by trade, but she is somebody, the organization and the systems, that's what she's really good at, is helping you create systems so that you can execute on the things that you want to do, so that you can move toward the goals that you have. And so I've linked a video from her YouTube channel on how to turn your goals into actions. It is not a very long video, but I think it's going to be life-changing for some of y'all.
Yeah, if that is helpful to you, if you are maybe overwhelmed or struggling with the idea of what to do next, both of those resources are definitely somewhere to start. So for implementing your vision, start small. We said in video 8, this is about taking small action. It is not about doing everything at once, or that any actions or steps that you take need to be big and really noticeable, right, for you to be progressing towards that vision that you want.
The next thing, which I think is incredibly important is you've got to put some guardrails, add some training wheels, put in some support structures, because changing your life, doing things differently, doing new things is you're not magically perfect at it first time out the gate.
No.
And it's easy to get discouraged because, oh, this didn't play out just like I thought it would in my brain.
Life doesn't do that.
And what often happens to us at this time of year, we have all these grand plans, these grand visions, these grand ideas, and then you talk to us in 3 months, and it's like, girl, what?
Because it sounds great on vacation, right? That vacation life you've been living for maybe the last week or so. Yeah, I can do a lot of things if I don't have to go to work or get people to school or whatever it is. But we need plans that work for the actual life that you are currently living. And that is where starting small, that is where, as Adalia talked about, like implementing some checks and balances, right? What does accountability need to look like for you?
Okay, and so some of the things that you could do, consider a habit tracker. Now, there are apps that do this, but literally I saw on Francesca Ramsey's IG, she literally just kind of creates a page with 31 slots where she's like, this is the goal, she writes it down, and then she comes in and ticks it every day. That it can be very like low tech, analog. It doesn't have to be some new big thing. However, having that kind of holds you to accountable. If you build into your day like, oh, let me check my habit tracker, and then you realize like, oh, there's 3 dots on here that's not filled out. I've been slipping.
Yes.
Additionally, build in some check-ins, some checkpoints. Maybe once a month, once a quarter, you're going to have to think about like, what is the life that you live and what makes sense? And I would say, don't just write those on your handwritten calendar. If you've got a Google calendar or something like that, go ahead right now and put those in there so that if life gets in the way and things get out of hand, there's this calendar reminder that comes up and you're like, oh yeah, I said I was going to do X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
And then you can get back on track.
Yes. And I think that's an important part, is about getting back on track, not using that to be discouraged about what you have or have not completed based on what you thought was going to happen, what you wanted for yourself. That's what a checkpoint is for, is to figure out, am I on track? Am I not on track? What do I need to do to get myself more on track? Do I need to change my plan because what I thought was realistic for me in my life really isn't? Like, it's really your chance to, give yourself some grace, but continue moving forward.
But also, build in celebration points, build in rewards. If you need external motivation, like if I follow through on doing Spanish lessons all these weeks, I'm going to celebrate by going and getting some ice cream or whatever it is for you. I don't know why we don't do more of that. I feel like we're discouraged from that. And I'm like, oh no, I did a thing. I should be celebrated.
I don't know if we're discouraged from doing it. And maybe this because also I'm a life coach, so my world is full of like, celebrate the little things. But I think a lot of it comes from, we're so focused on the goal or like what is next, right? We don't actually sit in the right now and give ourselves that moment to celebrate, because it's like, okay, I did the thing. What's next? What is also helpful is to think about accountability partners, especially this time of year. Everyone's usually, lots of people are trying to do something different. Can you help each other out, right? Whether that's sending a text message to be like, hey, you said you wanted to do the thing, how's it going? Or asking people to send you the text message, right? Can we do this? How can we support each other in doing the things that we want to be doing? It does not have to be that we're trying to do the same thing, but maybe it is. Maybe, you do have that writing buddy that you meet with to get the things done. but maybe it's not. Maybe you both are on different paths, but can at least, help each other troubleshoot when things aren't going well, can kind of be that support that maybe you need externally.
And that's something we've talked about in earlier videos, that you want the people in your circle to know that you're trying to do a thing, so that they can offer support.
If you are someone who is extrinsically motivated, like you need that outside kind of help to be motivated to stay on task, like this is where that comes in.
So that has been the 12 days of Christmas.
We hope that this has been enlightening for you.
I hope that you feel more empowered to make the change that maybe you discovered during this time in this video series. But I hope you feel more like, oh, this is possible for me and I can do it.
Yeah.
But if you would like more.
Yeah, if you're looking for more, join us for our From Intention to Action workshop. We will help you take the insights that maybe you gained here. You don't have to have done the 12 days of Christmas, but I think it is a really great add-on to that. But how do we then take those insights that you have and that you gained and tie them back to your time and your money and your goals? How do we make sure all of those things are in alignment so that you are making intentional decisions you feel confident about?
And taking action.
Yes.
And making those changes.
And understanding the cost, right, of living out of alignment. Because we really do think that all of these pieces going together is how you reach, I want to say, general happiness and fulfillment, right? Like as much as we have the things that we are working towards and that will take time and effort, you don't have to postpone the happiness.
No. Happiness now. So that workshop is going to be online. It's 90 minutes, February 1st, 1 p.m. Eastern. There is a link in the description. We really enjoyed spending this time with you, and we hope you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah. Wishing you a great 2025.
Bye, guys.